Top 5 underrated tools in plumbing. Guys, make sure you stick around to the very end. I'm going to give you 5 underrated plumbing tools, but at the end, I'm going to tell you the number one thing you have to have as a plumber to be the best plumber all the time. I've been plumbing 40 years, and there are certain tools that I have to have in my bucket all the time, or my tool bag or my pouch. But here's the deal. These are some really underrated tools, but when you need them, they are a great thing to have. And some of them I actually carry with me all the time. My question to you is, if you're a plumber, what tools do you have to have? Now guys, these aren't tools that you've got to have to be a plumber, nothing like that. But these are tools that I think every plumber over time needs in his tool bag. And these are tools that you may carry with you all the time, or if you don't have it, you're gonna be like, man, I really wish I had that with me. Anyway, we're gonna get started right now. Okay, number 1 and my favorite, the Leatherman Crunch. Guys, I've carried a lot of different multi-tools. I think the thing that I like most about the Leatherman Crunch is the vice grip. You've literally got a vice grip right there, and you've got an adjustment for it so you can set it to whatever size you want. I love this thing. Now, it's got other tools. It's got a knife blade. It's got a screwdriver, flattened Phillips. It's probably got a bottle opener. It's got a lot of different things, but the main thing that I really like is the vice grips. Now, this is the only multi-tool I've seen with a vice grip that works this way, and this is phenomenal. This works for me for so many different things. It can get into hard spots. If I'm seal flossing, I can use it to hold my solder. There's a lot of different things that I use this for, but it's great to have it around. Now, my problem is I've got 3 of them. Why? Because as you can see, I always break the blades. I know they're not supposed to be used to pry with, but guys, I do it just like everybody else does. That's why I have 3. That way, when the first 2 break, I can send them back. I've still got my 3rd one. Guys, it's easy to carry with you. It's great to have. And with this one little tool, you can do so many different things. This is number 1 on my list of underrated tools. Number 2, the 11-in-1 screwdriver. And I tell you what, I love this one. This is great. My only problem with it is some of the little bits you tend to lose. When I was taking this apart, getting ready to bring it in here, I realized I'm missing a bit. What I like about this one, you've got your big Phillips and flat screwdriver bits. And if you pull out, there should be the little Phillips and flat screwdriver bit. As soon as I saw it was missing, I remember right where I left it. That's my only downfall to these. Now, the cool thing is when you pull this out, you've got a 1/4-inch nut driver. On this end, you've got a 5/16 nut driver. Right here, you've got a 3/8 nut driver, you've got a little reamer, and you've got a Schrader tool, and I love having this with me. We do a lot of sewer tests. We do a lot of shower drain tests. So the neat thing about it, those test balls, it's always nice to know you've got your Schrader valve tightened up, that way it doesn't leak. And then this one, you've got the large square and the small square for those specialty screws that you can't get out all the time. Guys, this is probably a tool that I use more than anything else. Normally, if I'm just walking into a house and it's just me, I've got a screwdriver, this one, and I've normally got like a small pair of channel locks, but I've always got my Leatherman with me. That's why this is number 2 on the list. A screwdriver is one of the most important tools a plumber can have. Now, the 11-in-1, it gives you a lot of different options. That's what I like about it. Again, number 2 on my underrated list. My 3rd favorite tool, the RIDGID stop wrench. What I like about this one, this tool is literally designed for plumbers. This is made to get on hex nuts, to get on the nuts on the end of a hose. This is made for the different sizes on an angle stop. This is made for the nuts, the flare nuts, everything about it. And what's neat, you can literally get on here, line your stop up just right, tighten everything down. This is a great tool to have. And this is one, believe it or not, after plumbing 40 years, I didn't know about till just a couple of years ago. But this is one that I make sure I keep with me in my bucket all the time. And to be honest, I may not even work on angle stops all the time. But this is a great tool to have for a lot of different reasons. And that's why this is number 3 on my underrated list. Number 4, Tiger Fish, the Easy Grind discs. Guys, what I like about these are inside cutters. They've got a black disc and they've got a white disc for PVC or ABS. That way you've got the right wall thickness setting for the blade. I also like that they sell replacement blades. Now, there's a lot cheaper versions of this, but I do like this. The reason being, this blade cuts good, it cuts quick, and you're not gonna wear out the battery on your cordless drill. Now there's two different sizes. This one does 3" and above, and this one does 1¼ up to 2". Guys, this is another tool. It may not be something you have with you all the time, and when you don't have it, you're really gonna be upset. But this is a great addition to your toolbox whenever you need to set a flange that they've already got the concrete poured. Maybe you didn't come back and put cardboard around it to leave an opening for your flange to cut it down. The great thing about these, you put it on your cordless drill, you cut from the inside, and you are good to go. This is a really good tool to have, and that's why it's number 4 on my underrated list. All right, number 5. This is the big one. Now this is highly underrated, but it sure does come in handy. Now I know I've got the big head on here, but I tell you what, the Power Press tool is going to change the future of plumbing. We know it already is. They're starting to use it on commercial jobs and do different things with it, but for a residential plumber doing repair work, sometimes this can really come in handy. I know a lot of y'all are using it for new construction. I still like solder and flux, but this is a great tool to have if you need it in case of an emergency. And I've got the Mega Press heads, because I tell you what, when I need to cut a T into a gas line, this is a great thing to have. That's why the Pro Press gun is number 5 on my underrated list of plumbing tools. So guys, I hope you like this list. Some of them you may agree with, you may not. If you've got an underrated tool that you use, do me a favor, leave a comment down below and let me know why. What do you do with it, or what is the benefit of having it, and why you think it's underrated. Now, I told y'all to hang around and I would give you the most important tool you need. Guys, you hear me talk about it all the time. It's knowledge. Learn the code, learn what you're doing, study the plumbing trade. Learn it better than anybody else, and you are always gonna be a better plumber. You can learn tips, tricks, shortcuts, whatever it is. I'm not saying do the job wrong, I'm saying learn a better way to do it. There's new tools, new products, and new methods every day in our industry. Get ahead of everybody else and learn more about it. If you like these videos, please do me a favor. Share them with somebody you think they'll benefit. And if you haven't done it yet, subscribe. I'm Roger Wakefield, Lead AP, the expert plumber. I'll see you on the next video if you don't get flushed.